Hey scrapbook friends, it's Nicole and I'm here to share my most recently completed scrapbook. Today is January 18th and I finished this album today. I started working on it a while ago, but then I didn't order all the pictures I need, and so I'm just so thrilled that I'm done with it. Every last picture is printed, and that's my goal for the next couple of weeks, is to finish up my album projects that are so almost done. So I hope to be posting several videos for you of album flip throughs. But this one happens to be of a trip that my siblings and I took to Laguna Beach, California to celebrate my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. My maiden name was Smith, and so one of my sisters kind of made up this hashtag SmithD50, and that's what we used like on our social media posting and stuff. So that's what I chose to use for my title. And the first part of this book was done actually with the Fast2Fab pages from Creative Memories. If you're not familiar with the Fast2Fab, they're basically pre-designed pages that you can just add your photos to. Now this is an older kind of version of the Fast2Fab pages, and these did have like pre-designed photo boxes kind of to encourage you how to put a picture. A lot of people, including myself, did not like this. We felt like it was limiting. What do you do if you have pictures that go in the opposite direction? So Creative Memories no longer does the pre-designed photo boxes. It's just the backgrounds, which I think is a lot nicer. But I was able to work around this, and as you will see as I go through this book, I'll show you where I ignored their photo boxes. So this is the Sun-Kissed Fast2Fab. The green, pink, and light pink was pre-printed, as was the white photo mat. I did add these two layered embellishments. Of course, the titles are all cut with my silhouette. I had the name of the font was called Niagara Phobia, and I'm pretty sure it's from dafont.com, Niagara Phobia. And I used the same font through the whole album. And that to me has really made a difference in completing titles for my albums a lot more quickly. And then this little embellishment actually had a pre-printed saying on the white part. I peeled that white piece off and put my own, and I just put the dates of our trip. So this was super easy, just to stick one picture on and finish that embellishment. Oh, I did put the sticker on. That was from me. Next, again, this was the Fast2Fab with the 3 photo mats. I would not ordinarily put this few pictures on a double page spread. It still kind of hurts me to see all this extra space, but I chose to start the album with some professional photos that we had taken during this celebration weekend. And I had a few pictures just of them together, which I thought were very sweet. And it did give me a long space to journal about that it was their 50th wedding anniversary and how we were able to gather at this beautiful beach house in California. So then here's the whole family. This is a really busy page with the little swimsuits. You can see that I did follow the photo mats on this side, and on this side I completely ignored them. This little piece with the palm trees is actually the photo mat right here. It was a one-piece photo mat, but I couldn't do 3 pictures again, so I just ignored that photo mat, and I think it works totally fine. It is a busy page, so I did journal on some of the lined paper so that would not get lost, and probably not a layout I would have necessarily done myself, but you know what? It's done. I think it looks cute. So the next few pages are, I took the separate kind of family groups that were there. 4 of my sisters were there without their husbands, and so I did a page for the 4 of them together. Their names, I put what town they're from, a little bit of journaling, and just this one little palm tree hula dancer girl from the Sun-Kissed embellishments. But this was a pre-designed page, so just this little blue border and this blue, and then the stripes on the side, all pre-done. All I added was this, the photo mat here. It was existing, and there's one above it, and you can see kind of that I ignored it. I put my pictures off both edges, and I think it works perfectly fine. And again, right here, you can see a little bit of that photo mat, top and bottom, right here. So basically, this had 2 photo mats here and 2 photo mats here, and I just completely ignored them, and I don't think you even would notice that. So this one I did kind of follow the photo mats because there were 4 photo mats right here. I think actually it might have been one single photo mat for like a 5x7 picture. And instead I just have just a hair of the mat showing, and I just put these 4 pictures. And then this is actually one of the cards from the the mats from the Variety Mat Pack, just because I thought it was cute, and it kind of broke up all this sameness of the palm trees. And again, I put their names and, you know, where they fall in the family line. So then 2 of my other sisters with their spouses. Again, you can see where I've kind of ignored the photo mats underneath. I don't think you notice at all that the designers originally had this as 2 or 4 vertical pictures. I just ignored them, put one little embellishment. And you can see, I think, that I like to trace around when I do letters cut out of cardstock. Sometimes they kind of blend into the background. And so I do really like to trace around them with a pen. You have to be a little bit careful so that you don't, you know, accidentally write over the letter, but I think it really makes the letters kind of pop off the page to do that. So here's my husband and I. He is kind of a goofball, and so we had a lot of pictures, and it's my album, so I'm also going to put them in. Also, the girl who took the photographer we hired is a friend of mine that I know through Creative Memories, and she lived in the area and was able to come down and take our pictures. So I think she took a few extra pictures of me just because we are friends. All right, then we have just the girls and just the boys, and this one it's easy to see where the photo mats were. And I kind of did follow them, but on this side I added an extra picture. As I'm looking at this now, I do wish maybe that I would have taken this picture and scooted it over a little bit. This feels a little bit crowded, but you know what? It's totally fine. And then just the one little surfboard and a sticker. And again, that same Niagara Phobia font. And then a few pages just of, you know, funny pictures, photo bombs, everybody sitting and looking at their phones while we're waiting for our turn. And then my friend Lisa, who's the one that came in and took our pictures. All right, so then I'm done kind of with the professional photos, but I'm still in the Fast2Fab pages. And again, these are just some random like landscape nature pictures. And you can see again, I just ignored the 2 photo boxes. These were horizontal and this was one vertical, and then these 2 actually are the ones I used. But I think it, you know, I'm really glad that they don't do the photo boxes anymore. But if you do have some of the older pages with the photo boxes, don't let them stop you. You know, you've heard the expression, think outside of the box, and it fits perfectly here. So here we just have some beach pages. I didn't put a title because they're just beach pictures, and you know that they're beach pictures. So I may regret that because I really love titles, but I did do a little bit of journaling. And again, I ignored the photo boxes. Oh, and some little flip-flops and the little layered embellishments from Sun-Kissed. Now I've used up all the Fast2Fab pages. This was the last one, or gets these 2. So obviously whatever was on here, I covered up. If you don't like a Fast2Fab page, there is no law that says you can't cover it up with something else. This was actually the project recipe for the vitamin C collection that came out earlier this year sometime. I'm not exactly sure when. And I thought it worked pretty well with the pictures that I had. Gave me a little space to journal. It's pretty simple. And I like the pink, but I don't necessarily love these 2 colors together, but it's done. Oh, here's another Fast2Fab page. Apparently whatever was on here I didn't like. Let's see. We can see what was underneath here. So I don't know what it was. It was something green and it didn't work for me, so I just covered it up. Because this was a Fast2Fab. This is all pre-printed except for the title. And then again, where I ignored the photo boxes, a couple little embellishments. So, and if some of you are my friends on Facebook, this is that picture that I thought I had lost. I actually had already put it in the scrapbook, so it wasn't lost at all. This is just random food, eating, hanging out. Again, no title, just a little bit of journaling, how we cooked for ourselves. And this one, there must be something under here because the kind of this bamboo paper is my own. It's stuck on top, whereas this is Fast2Fab. So whatever is under here, I didn't like. And again, don't be afraid, with some of that, more of that big palm tree paper, don't be afraid to just cover up what, if you don't like something, if it doesn't work for you on the Fast2Fab. The Fast2Fab pages cost the same as our plain white pages, so there's no harm in trying them if you want. I don't advise peeling them up after you've stuck them down. All right, here we go again, Fast2Fab. This page is a Fast2Fab, but then the next page I was working on the same beach, and I really like to keep the theme the same. So I created this just with the Sun-Kissed paper. So this is my paper that I just cut and designed to mimic the one that was on the Fast2Fab. So that made it easy because I didn't have to come up with an idea. I just had to copy their idea. And then this one, I love this picture my husband took with his phone. And so I just enlarged it. And I left a space to do some journaling, but I don't really know what to journal. I don't know if I should put a title. I might just leave it because I love these pictures and I think that they just speak for themselves. And you can obviously tell that this is getting to be sunset because of the coloring being different. And of course, you know, the sun setting. All right, so this is a layout that I did on a virtual crop, and I was able to make it work for the photos that I have, even though I covered up some of the pretty things we did on that virtual crop. You can see this is a little bit of a different style than some of the pages I've done myself, but I think that's pretty fun. This is that same embellishment that was in the beginning of on the title page. This is what was came pre-printed on it, this hashtag vacay, and I had pulled it off right here and put my own thing. So same thing, but it looks totally different because it has different words on it. This was a project, or a 1-2-3 sketch from Noreen Smith. She blogs at organizedandcreativemom.com and has some great, super easy, basic scrapbook sketches that you know, are just super quick and great way to showcase a lot of photos. So here we got some pictures from the big giant hot tub, and some birthday pictures of my mom and my sister share a birthday, and my other sister's birthday is 4 days later. And so even though we were there to celebrate my parents' anniversary, we included a little bit of birthday celebration. And these other two layouts are also layouts that I did at a virtual crop. Not a CM virtual crop, but an actual cropping, pay-for cropping event where we had people teaching us layouts. This one I really like. This is one of the last pages, if not the last page I did in this book. I just finished this weekend. And it was from the Creative Memories virtual crop. They had a layout that had these little balls, and I thought it reminded me of this little fire pit that had these little round stones in it that then the flames came up. And so I used that virtual crop sketch as my inspiration for this. Just cut the little balls out of 2 colors of gray, and then the flames are from the campfire punch. And this is, I think this is from Boho Escape, our brand newest collection, and I thought it just turned out really cute. These pages are again from Noreen Smith, her 1-2-3 sketches, and just a super easy, simple background that really allows you to put the emphasis on your pictures and has some room for journaling. So there's a Noreen sketch. I think this one is probably a Noreen sketch, and I just did it on this this beige background paper, and this is actually the natural lined paper. If you've seen the lined paper for journaling, I just flipped it over. The back is blank, and it kind of gave me this nice sandy color. And then the last one, kind of this collection of this particular beach that we were at. And then finally I had some sunset pictures on our last night. I think this is also Boho Escape. I could be wrong. I think this is Boho Escape. And this is also a Noreen Smith sketch that I modified a little bit so that it would work for my photos. And then finally the last 2 pages. All of this I tried to kind of do with beachy, you know, theme colors, vitamin C and Sun-Kissed. And then here, this is kind of our ride home. And so I used the airplanes paper pack. This doesn't look like a lot of snow to you guys that live up north, but this was in Atlanta. And so, you know, an inch of snow pretty much shut down the airport, and we had to spend the night in the Atlanta airport, which was not fun. But then the good news, and what I have in my end of my page is the silver lining. One of my very best friends happened to be passing through the Atlanta airport going totally different direction, and because our flight was delayed, we got to see each other long enough for a hug and a photo. And so that's kind of the end of my book, The Silver Lining of Seeing My Friend. So I do plan to do a custom spine for this. I meant to have it ordered and done before I finished the album, but then I finished it. The only thing I had left was this this one hot tub photo that I had forgotten to print. So once I got that printed, then the book is done, and I am not gonna wait to count it done. So now that I've done the video, I'll put the page protectors on it and put it up on my shelf. And as soon as I get the custom spine ordered, I will add that here. So thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed looking at my scrapbook of our trip to Laguna Beach in 2018. All right, thanks a lot and happy scrapbooking.